cats and kittens, welcome once again to Baggy Hi-Fi, this YouTube channel devoted to record collecting and the vinyl community here in the UK. Well, the title of this video is A Holiday Haul. It's about 2 weeks now since I was on holiday, and it was the first week in September 2023 when I had some holiday, and I'm glad now I didn't take any time away in August because it was very wet here in the UK, and we had a mini heat wave in the first week of September, so I was very fortunate with my holiday. I went to Cumbria, as you can see by the intro to this video, the Cumbrian coast. I have been there before, and it's a 2-hour drive. I live in the northeast of England, and it's over to the northwest coast past the Lake District. Stayed in a place called Allenby, and the first few days were lovely and relaxing. There was a beach there. You can see Scotland, Galloway, sort of hanging down in the west. But in the last couple of days on the holiday, I had a little bit of free time to myself, and so what do us vinyl addicts do? They go into the towns to try to find some records. Now, don't get too excited by the title of this video, A Holiday Haul, because I only bought 4 records, but I think they are, each one in their own way, nuggets. Now, which shops did I go to? Or which towns did I go to? I went to Carlisle, which is quite a big town in Cumbria, nice town, and I also went to Penrith, which is sort of north of the lakes. And in Penrith, I was looking on my phone to try, I remember there was a good second-hand bookshop there. And I also found a new one, which is called With Nail Books, which also claimed to sell records, and records they did sell. Now, by the time I was struggling in the heat to find this bookshop, which is actually was very sort of trendy place in a metal container in a sort of yard selling salvage and antiques and things. Yeah, interesting. That's some really nice science fiction books and some horror books. Not many, but I did buy a couple, and a nice few boxes of vinyl. And I think because I was so exhausted by the heat, I only bought 1 record from there, and I wish now I'd bought a few more because they had some really nice condition copies of some Grateful Dead albums, which I don't have, including Blues for Allah. It wasn't very expensive either. If you snooze, you lose. But anyway, this is the record I bought from With Nail Books, and this is an album from 1970, Quintessence, on the Island label. Very elaborate sleeve. I bought this because it was in such really good condition. Beautiful, glossy. That's not even a gatefold, is it? What do you call that? An open gate sleeve. Anyway, Quintessence, if you don't know, are very much a hippie band, a mixture of psychedelic rock and Eastern Indian music. Very much a hippie band from the Notting Hill area, which is in the late 60s was the London equivalent of Haight-Ashbury, centre of hippiedom. The band came together because they had a common interest in the Hindu faith and an interest in Indian music, and it certainly is. It's I had heard this one before, but really glad to grab it. It's on the Pink Island label, that celebrated label, before it went to the Pink Rim and the Palm Tree label, but that lovely Pink Island label. This is from 1970, yeah. Really nice mixture of some flute and guitar, wah-wah guitar excursions, a few nice freakouts, some nice singing as well in a sort of Indian style. Very much a period piece, but an excellent one. I'm really glad to have found this. But as I say, I wish I'd bought more from With Nail Books in Penrith. The rest of the records I bought in Carlisle. I did have a look around. There's a wonderful second-hand bookshop there called Bookcase, which also sells mainly jazz and classical vinyl, and tons and tons, a basement full of vinyl. And I might put a little bit of video at the end of this one showing you that basement of classical vinyl. I do remember the last time I went, they had quite a lot of 20th century classical, which I would be interested in, but this time I could see nothing but really Mozart and opera, which doesn't interest me. So this first record I picked up in the Vinyl Cafe. It's a shop near the cathedral, which has a cafe at the back, and then a large stock of new vinyl and used vinyl. Been there before, good shop, always pop in there. And I got this one. Robin Hitchcock and the Egyptians, Gotta Let This Hen Out. Now, Robin Hitchcock, you may know, founded the Soft Boys in the late 70s punk era. They weren't really a punk band, but they had the energy of punk, but they were very psychedelic influenced, very surrealist lyrics. Robin Hitchcock, the singer and guitarist. I think they made 2 albums, and I wish those Soft Boys albums would be reissued because originals are dead expensive now. But this is a live album from 1985. It has a good cross-section of Robin Hitchcock songs. Lots of energy in these songs. They're usually quite high, fast-paced, but definitely Syd Barrett influence comes through very strongly, both in the singing and the surrealist stroke psychedelic aspect. Really enjoyed this one. It's the only album I have by Robin Hitchcock. Never see them very often. Yeah, Gotta Let This Hen Out. Live album recorded at the famed Marquee Club in London in 1985. The next 2 records were also bought at Vinyl Cafe, a different style of music. And I've been after this compilation of the Chiswick record label for quite a while. I haven't seen it, so when I saw this one, I grabbed it, and it's called Submarine Tracks and Fool's Gold. Was it Carl Tweed who showed this one? Anyway, contained on this compilation album are singles which are fairly difficult to get hold of. The Chiswick record label founded in 1975, I think, by Ted Carroll, who ran a famed record shop called Rock On. And I think I remember when I was a youngster who was, during the first late 70s punk era, I looked at Chiswick Records as a bit of a pub rock label. And in a way it is, because this music isn't really 1, 2, 3, 4 anarchist British punk, but it is high energy sort of power pop, R&B, played very fast. The artists on here, the 101ers, which was Joe Strummer's band before The Clash, the Count Bishops, the Gorillas, and that's really the reason why I bought this compilation, Little Bob Story, the Radio Stars, Rocky Shop and the Razors, and this includes A's and B-sides. This label had a good sense of humour, a bit like the Stiff record label, which is evident in the artwork and the title of this comp. I think there's a second volume of this which collects some more Chiswick records. Anyway, I say the reason why I did want this one is because I wanted the tracks by the Gorillas, formerly known as the Hammersmith Gorillas, founded by maverick artist who never made it, Jesse Hector, him of the famed elaborate sideburns. Now, Jesse Hector's band, the Hammersmith Gorillas, recorded some fantastic singles, including Gatecrasher, which I'll do a needle drop from. It has roots in mod, glam, just high energy, cheeky, echoes of the Small Faces. It's a shame they didn't make more records. Jesse Hector's still alive. I watched a documentary about him recently, just someone who, maverick individual who never really achieved the fame that he should have. But standout tracks on this are by the Gorillas. Although, Clash fans will want to hear the 101ers tracks. This is another one I grabbed in the Vinyl Cafe in Carlisle. I do like the Associates, but I didn't have this album, which is their second album, Fourth Drawdown from 1981. Now, 1981 was a time when lots of bands were producing very likeable, frothy electronic pop, the Human League, etc. What the Associates were doing was something definitely more experimental, a little bit darker, more eccentric. Definitely took the cue from Berlin Trilogy, Bowie, especially I think on this album. This is the second album, more experimental than the first, which was called The Affectionate Punch. Alan Rankin and Billy Mackenzie were the sole members of this group, the Associates. And this compiles the singles that they put out in 1981 and includes two fantastic songs, White Car in Germany and Tell Me Easter's on Friday. I believe one of the tracks on here, Billy Mackenzie sings through a vacuum cleaner tube, so lots of experimentation going on here, but nevertheless a strong sort of eccentric pop element going through it as well. So cover's slightly tatty, but the vinyl is brilliant. So this one I think wasn't too expensive. I think it was either about £8 or £9. So good shop and a good small haul of records. I wanted to make a video because my last two videos were very long. I wanted to do a short one, so hopefully I've managed that. See you in the next video. Bye for now.